7:30 a.m. this morning. About 25 days out from spring turkey season here in Tennessee in 21. So I've got a few cell cameras up, and you know, 2 of them work really well, which I'll do reviews on a few different cameras over the next little bit. But these 2 cameras that I'm going to today, when I put one up, it showed there's lights on them. It showed a green signal as far as signal, and it said it had full signal. I have received 1 picture. I know for a fact there's been more than one thing walk past this camera. That being said, so I'm looking on the app, and you know, the app is it's a great app. The referencing for as far as the signal and battery and SD card usage and how many pictures it's taken, all that information's there, and you can actually change the settings like most for the camera from a remote location. So that is very convenient. Now, I've just got these cameras running on AA's. The weather's been kind of up and down, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe they've died, but it's showing full battery and it hasn't alerted me yet, or the app hasn't caught up to what the camera's actually doing. So that being said, we're gonna go and I'm gonna collect these 2 cameras. I'm gonna give you a little bit of review on them, what I like and dislike about them, and I'm going to save them for the next little bit, not rehang them, because I have a good buddy of mine up in Kentucky. He's gonna allow us to hunt this property this year, about 90 acres, and we are going to hang those up hopefully this weekend, and you know, kind of go ahead and get the scouting ahead of time. I went down there last weekend, seen a herd of deer, seen tons of turkey tracks, and you know, lots of opportunity for some of those big deer to hide, water source, everything like that. So here in a little bit, guys, I'm going to give you a review on this camera and kind of follow this whole picking up the camera, moving it up to Kentucky, and then we'll see what we got up there. I just kicked up a few deer on the way to the second camera. As we suspected, that first camera sent 1 picture to my cell phone, and there is multiple, I don't even remember how many the number said that was on it, but I am walking back to get the second one now. I did see about 20 turkeys on the way in, so that's a good sign. Now just to see how many this one has transmitted and how many it actually has on it, and then we'll do a little overlook and review on that camera itself. So this morning I shot a little quick video telling you I was going to grab a couple of the cameras out of the woods, or cell cameras. So what camera I have here today, I'm going to do a quick little review on this one in particular, and then of course I'll have a couple more. So this is the Moultrie WV6000 series, and of course those first letters just tell you what cell carrier they're using. So that is a Verizon. So I figured I'd give these a chance when I seen them. They're about 119 bucks. So if you're just getting into cell cams, this is not a bad camera. I ended up getting this on sale because it was last year's model, so they do have a few new models. It's kind of bulky. It's got all these lights for the nighttime pictures and stuff. The coloration's pretty good, you know, as far as hiding it on a tree. I do like the fact that on the back of these, they do have the holes that run a lock, and it's actually going to lock the door as well as the camera to the tree. A lot of those don't have that option, so that way no one can just pop that open there and take your SD card. It's kind of useless without the SD card. So, little overview on it. It is bulky. I like the color. It's got a little small panel here. It's got signal, battery, SD, server. It tells it's on or off. The different color lights, according to the manual, tells how good of service you have and stuff like that. And then, of course, it does have a format SD card. So you can actually erase it from the side every time you go check it or move it or whatever. So, that being said, you know, you've got a little guide in here as far as a signal guide, and it tells you how to do it. Very simple. You end up scanning this, and then you can activate it. It does take 12 batteries. So, if you're just running off AA's, that's quite a load of batteries, but it's not too terrible. It also does have the option on the side for a plug, so you could maybe swap it to a solar panel or even run a 12 volt. So, the overview of this camera, I'm going to tell you my experiences with it. I ended up getting this for $57. That is well worth it for a cell camera. This cell camera and another one, combined pictures, I think I received transmissions for about 300 total between two cameras. So I got home after pulling these down, pulled the SD card to see how many's actually on there that never got transmitted. This camera in particular had 307. So that just tells you I didn't get half the pictures I thought I would. Versus some of the other cameras, through the air transmission, not very good. But as far as reading that SD card, it took some very clear, nice pictures. It is 16 megapixels, and I definitely would not recommend getting any less, even if it's a cheaper camera, than 16 megapixels. I feel like that should be the bottom of the line when you're looking at megapixels as far as being able to see something clear. I'm sure there is other cameras that are lower megapixels, but I like 16. That's where my eyes can differentiate and kind of see a little bit better and get some of the details off some of the different animals that cross. So I got half the pictures there. Now we have had bad weather, ice storm. One of the cameras died where it got really cold weather. But according to the app, it showed I still had full battery. So let's take a look at the app right here. So I've turned these off and brought them with me, but it still shows I have no signal on camera 1. It still shows I have about half signal on camera 2. Camera 1, I actually put brand new batteries in, and it's already showing that one's low. So I'm wondering if that's eating up batteries a little quicker than it should. So just looking at this app to app, it didn't even take pictures of me earlier and transmit them whenever I got in front of them, moving around, kind of investigating if anything come through there. And I still haven't even received those pictures. So kind of sketchy on the over-the-air sale. But every one of those pictures was on there, the SD card. So this would be a great first-time cell camera owner model. The Moultrie, the app's easy to use, about $10 a month I think it was. The next one's $7 or something like that. So of course the more you get, the cheaper it gets per camera because you're building a little network. So overall rating, I'm going to give this camera a 3 out of 5. Price was really good on it. Easy to operate. but it just did not transmit half the pictures I thought it might. The quality and stuff really good, and these have both been out about 2.5, almost 3 months. The one hasn't even, or the app says it hasn't even lost but no batteries, bars of battery. So that's kind of questionable if those batteries are still good. But I'm going to put these up in a higher signal area where I get full 4G and 5G. If you have the phone for that, you can pull 5G where we're going in Kentucky with this. So I will report back if these work better as far as state to state, worse. I really don't see any problem with the transmission. It's just I'm gonna have to go and do a card pull on these to get that accurate amount of pictures before you move it or anything like that. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 overall. Great starter camera. The Moultrie is just a decent camera for the budget. And I will do a couple more reviews later on a couple different models and different brands. And I'll see you next time.